Hey everyone, Deethany Beat Tano here, the internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for a review of the new Megadeth album, Dystopia. Legendary thrash metal band Megadeth. I highly recommend a lot of the records that they dropped in the 80s and 90s. A lot of classics in there. And they've been at it for decades. Up until recently, actually. Their last full-length album, Super Collider, came out in 2013. This is a follow-up to that. The album received mixed reviews from fans. And I can't exactly say that I think the group is kind of redeeming themselves on this project over here. I think they continue to take a turn for the worst on this latest project. But in a way, I guess not that much worse. I mean, for one, the vocals on this thing, Dave Mustaine's vocals have been on the downturn for a while now. What was once a really menacing, scary, demonic type growl that you would find on their 80s and 90s material has sort of turned into something that's really goofy, awkward, and overly campy, especially on the spoken word intro of the track Look Who's Talking. It makes it hard to take anything Dave is saying all that seriously, and his vocals, I think, are so abhorrent a lot of the time that they ruin any melody that they actually try to carry. One of the few moments on this thing where I think a vocal chorus actually goes over well is on the title track, and that's about it. I mean, there is a Fear cover on the back end of this thing that's semi-decent. Really, after a while, the vocals just become unbearable. I just think the sound of this record is really flat and really unsatisfying. The guitars are thunderously loud, just chug, 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 chug. Some decent riffs here and there, some visceral grooves coming out of these guitars, but the compression on these guitars is so high, and it just kind of sucks the body out of the tone of the guitars, so you're just constantly hearing this. It's always the same volume, it's always the same intensity, it's always kind of the same size. There's no real flow or peaks or valleys to a lot of the riffs on this record. The guitar solos are pretty good a lot of the time though, very melodic. And I wouldn't say the riffs themselves aren't listenable, it's just that after a while the vocal and riff combo just get so stale, so old, just kind of a one-trick pony. But if there is something I kind of notice is a little different about this record, it's that Dave Mustaine really brings home the theme of this record, which you can catch through the title. I mean, on the lyrics here, Dave really paints an image of a post-apocalyptic world, a post-America world, a dystopian world. And these kinds of themes of war and death and a new world order are nothing all that different from Megadeth, but I guess there's always been a wall separating Megadeth's music from the harebrained political rants that Dave might make in between songs in the middle of a live set, and now that wall kind of disappears on this project. It's like Dave really gives himself permission to go full Alex Jones on this thing and just deliver to us INFOWARS, the album, as Dave sings about just there being no borders and how the world is a spinning disaster and the emperor has no clothes and we see it. And not that the world is a great place and that everything that you see and read you can totally 100% believe. I understand Dave's skepticism, but the lyrics on this record don't even border. I mean, they really pass into awkwardly paranoid territory. Cringefully paranoid territory, I would say. Combine this with the goofy, raspy vocal delivery and the robotically chugging guitar riffs that run throughout the entire record, I did not care for this thing. There really wasn't much in terms of an entire song on this record that I thought was phenomenal. I mean, each track just kind of ranged from either being bearable to various shades of dislikability. Whether it be due to the lyrics or just the one-dimensional guitars or vocal moments like, "You are some kind of superstar!" The vocals are just so clumsy and awkward and all over the place on this thing. Yeah, I'm feeling a strong 4 to a light 5 on this album. Transition! Have you given this album a listen? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? What do you think I should review next? Smash that like, leave a comment, and have a nice day. And eat some fruits and vegetables. And drink some water. Make sure you're hydrated. And wear gloves if you go outside. It might be chilly out there. And don't get affected by this crazy mosquito virus. It's crazy. Forever.